The highs and lows of running a football team. From not winning a game in 4 years to playing for national championships and even the possibility of folding in the near future. Maybe not winning a game in 4 years is a bit extreme, but losing streaks are. And so are triumphs and failures, and ultimately survival. Something the Concordia Cardinals soccer program has become all too accustomed to throughout the years. So sit back and relax as I take you on a journey to Concordia University in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and to Ferry Field, their home. Concordia University, located in Ann Arbor, Michigan, is a private Lutheran university, which is actually part of Concordia University, Wisconsin. Its campus, which was established in 1963, sits on 187 acres and is located about 10 minutes outside downtown Ann Arbor. It is a small school with its enrollment only at 1,350. Its sports programs compete in the NAIA, college's 4th tier. And the soccer programs, both men's and women's, compete in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. The school's colors are red, black, and white. Located at 283 Earhart Road, its proper name is Ferry Field at Cardinal Stadium. As you guys can see, home of the Cardinals right there. You guys can see their mascot right there. The Cardinal head, home of the Cardinals. It is home to the football team, the men's and women's soccer teams, and the men's and women's lacrosse teams. It was built in 2015 and was named after Concordia President, Reverend and Dr. Patrick T. Ferry on September 18th, 2021. It sits in a sports complex, which is also home to the baseball and softball fields, as well as the track and field stadium. Concordia's campus sits across the street from Ferry Field with the Huron River as a backdrop to the whole school. Unfortunately, I don't know if I'll be able to get in today. Everything seems to be locked. Although, you can see the stadium. As you guys can see, it is a turf field. Like I said, they share this with the football team and the lacrosse team, so you'll obviously see the football and lacrosse lines. Over there, you'll see the scoreboard, and it says Patrick T. Ferry Field. As I was telling you, he was the reverend and the doctor that this field is named after. There's a good shot of the stadium from just right outside. It's pretty modern too and updated. You can see the material that they built it with is pretty new. It's a pretty nice little stand. The biggest accomplishment made by the Concordia soccer program was with the women, so we'll start with them. It's unclear when the women's program actually started, but the first sign of a women's program being here was in 1995 with a young lady making the WHAC All-First Team. They had a pretty unremarkable existence up until the 2017-18 season. They would finish that season 9-8, and their magical tournament run would begin in the WHAC tournament with their first ever conference tournament win by defeating Cornerstone University 1-0 and advancing to their first ever semifinal. They would lose to Northwestern Ohio in those semifinals, but would qualify for their first national tournament by being invited to the NCCAA tournament, a national tournament for the best Catholic programs in the country. They would begin by knocking off 2 Indiana teams in Grace and Indiana Wesleyan to advance to the last 16. Their next victim would be Ottawa of Arizona, beating them 3-1, and they followed that up with the same exact scoreline by beating Southwestern Assemblies. As you guys can see, there's one of the football blockers that football players use. There's a nice shot of the whole stadium. It's a really nice one-tiered stand. You can see the locker rooms. You can see the locker rooms where the players come out in between there. That has to be pretty cool. They get to come out right underneath the stands. Has to give it more of a professional feel. Unfortunately, the luck would run out by losing 1-0 to Biola in Kissimmee, Florida in the semifinals. It was an unequaled run by any soccer team on campus before or since. They would finish at or above 500 for the 2 seasons after that, but have not reached the same heights that they did in the 2017 season. The earliest record we have of the men's team is in 1984. Since then, they've done nothing but lose, lose, and lose. The high water mark for their losing would begin in the 2004 season when they beat Grace Bible 4-3. Little did they know that it would be their last victory for the next 64 games and 4 seasons. They would go 0-12 and 1 in 2006 and 0-16 in 2007. They would finally break through in 2008 by defeating Rochester, Michigan 1-0 for their first win in 4 years. The 2017 season would be their best season, winning 10 games, their most in program history, and gaining a spot in the WHAC quarterfinals for the first time. They would lose to Lawrence Tech, ending their magical season. In the last 4 years, the team has only won a total of 8 games, going 8, 53, and 4. In 2002, Eric Ankerberg became school president. In mid-2004, he alerted students, faculty, and staff that the university's financial situation was forcing the Ann Arbor campus's mission to be reimagined, likely leading to significant reductions in the programs and the sale of the school's property and equipment. And John Berg, the chairman of the board, released a video stating the school would remain open for the 2024-25 school year. However, at the beginning of summer 2024, it was announced that the year 2024-25 would be the last year for all athletics at Concordia University in Ann Arbor. As a soccer fan, it's obviously sad to see 2 programs being eliminated because of it, especially being that they play at such a nice stadium like this. Well, that's part of the world we live in these days. Finances are a little bit tight, and unfortunately, people have to kind of cut loose a few things.